Today, we're going to track a $118 million heartbeat. It's the sound of a pharmaceutical giant making this massive bet, not on a new pill, but on these tiny, life-saving machines that can literally fix a heart from the inside out. This whole story is about a strategic collision between two worlds. And you know what? It might just show us where the future of medicine is actually headed. Okay, so $118 million. Now, in the world of multi-billion-dollar pharma deals, I know, it might not sound like the biggest number you've ever heard, but what it buys, well, that's what makes this so fascinating. It's not a new drug patent or some fancy research lab. No, it's something way more strategic. It buys a gateway. For one of India's largest drug manufacturers, this is the price of admission. It's their ticket into a super specialized European market, one that's all about mending hearts, not with chemicals, but with just ingenious microscopic technology. So at the heart of this deal, pun intended, are two very different companies. One is a master of mass-producing medicines, right? The other is a specialist, an artist, crafting these intricate medical devices. To really get this deal, you've got to understand their worlds first. So on one side, you have Alkem Laboratories. Think of them as an Indian pharmaceutical powerhouse. They're in over 40 countries, and they're hunting for their next big thing, their next growth engine. And on the other side, you got Occlutech, a European innovator that's built a fortress of over 200 patents, specializing in these minimally invasive devices for heart conditions. So one's a giant seeking new territory, the other is a specialist with some incredibly valuable tech. So what is Occlutech's specialty? It's something called structural heart disease. Now, here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine your heart's walls and valves are like the plumbing in your house. If there's a leak, instead of tearing down the whole wall, Occlutech has created these tiny little devices. A doctor can just guide through your veins to patch the problem from the inside. It's a world of difference between major open heart surgery and a minimally invasive fix. So we've got our pharma giant and our medtech specialist. But how exactly does a company like Alkem get control of another one? Well, the way this deal is structured is actually pretty clever. See, this isn't just a simple, straightforward purchase. It's a strategic two-step move. First, Alkem buys some shares from existing investors, just to get a foot in the door. But then comes the really crucial second step. They're injecting a much larger sum of new money directly into Occlutech. And that's a move that doesn't just buy ownership. It also funds future growth. It secures Alkem's path to becoming the majority shareholder. And the why behind all of this, it's right here. It's not just about buying up assets or revenue. No, this is a very deliberate, very calculated leap into a completely new world, the structural heart device market. And the end game here isn't just to be a partner, it's to be in control. Alkem's goal is to end up with a majority stake of just over 55%. And that specific number is key. It means they won't just be an influential investor. They are going to be in the driver's seat, steering Occlutech's entire future. So what is the master plan? Why would a company that makes pills spend over $100 million on a company that makes tiny heart devices? This is where we get to the real strategy, the why behind the buy. For Alkem, this whole thing is a huge win on multiple fronts. I mean, it's a shortcut, right? Instead of spending years and years developing their own devices, they just acquire world-class technology basically overnight. They get to diversify away from the intense pressures of the traditional pharma market, and maybe most importantly, they get to plug directly into Occlutech's amazing sales network, getting access to 80 countries where these devices are already being sold. It's a masterclass in buying instead of building. So when you boil it all down, Alkem isn't just adding another line item to its balance sheet. What they're really buying is a fast-track ticket. This deal is their gateway into a completely different, fast-growing piece of the healthcare world, and it lets them just bypass that long, slow road of developing it all themselves. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. This deal is way bigger than just two companies. It's a signal, a clue, about a massive shift that's happening across the entire healthcare industry. It's really easy to look at this as a story about one company's ambition. One big company getting even bigger. But is that all it is? Or is this a sign of something much, much larger at play here? This deal perfectly captures a major trend, the convergence of pharma and medtech. For decades, these were totally separate worlds. But the future of medicine, it isn't just a better pill or a smarter device. It's about how they work together. The lines are blurring, and that's because the best results for patients are going to come from combining advanced drugs with sophisticated technology. Which leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future, right? As medicine and machines become basically inseparable, a deal like this might just be a glimpse of what's coming. A future where the next great medical breakthrough isn't just found in a lab, but it's forged in a partnership.